Hello everyone, welcome to TGIF, where we unwrap the latest and greatest every Friday. Today, as part of this episode, we would like to delve more into plugins which is available in the Copilot experience, even for the personal account. I would like to invite the guest for today, Srikantan, who is the senior tech architect, and you have seen him several times here as part of the TGIF. Srikantan, help me understand more about the plugins that are available in Copilot.
Okay. Yeah, so I think plugins have been there for a while when OpenAI announced it. You can think of them as some kind of REST API or services that a particular company would want to host somewhere. Okay. So they need to package it in a particular way, compliant with OpenAI specification, so that it could be published to their marketplace, which means that I can go to ChatGPT. If I'm ChatGPT Plus user, I can browse to the catalog of those plugins there and then choose one that I'm interested in. For example, it could be ExpressBees. I'm just taking an example. I might not be there, but I'm just taking an example of a logistics service providers. They could probably open up a plugin there, and then when I make a purchase on an e-commerce site, and then I could say that, hey, I want to get it delivered using this particular service of ExpressBees. Okay. So essentially, they're just services packaged in a particular way so that they are discoverable. I give the example of ChatGPT Plus as a place from where you can access those plugins. It could also be Microsoft 365 Productivity Suite, or for personal and home edition users of Office 365. I'm sorry, of the Office experience, they can actually use plugins as well. In fact, recently we announced the fact that we have a lot of plugins in our home subscription access as well. A couple of them are free, and then for paid users, you get access to more as well.
That's amazing. We would love to look into those demos as well. But this really opens a great opportunity for every individual with ideas, to every customer, every partner. While we have also heard in the last episode about GPT, the custom GPT, uh, could you please throw some light on what is the difference between the GPT and the plugins that we have today?
Sure. Yeah. So in fact, GPTs are custom Chat GPT applications where you could go to the UI experience that OpenAI provides, and from there you could actually say that I want to create a custom application. You can you can actually tune it to respond in a particular way. You upload your content if you have content on which this GPT has to respond to user questions, and then you could do a lot of things like more advanced stuff as well, but let me stick to the basics now. So it's a custom application. You go to the UI, you create a GPT for yourself, and they say you want to upload some documents, and then you sort of you anchor it on this aspect that it has to answer questions on this particular topic on which documents have been uploaded, and then users could make use of that. So once I have actually created this, I can share that, okay, so with other users, which means that I build it once and then I'm able to share and percolate this particular capability across my users. So
That's
it's a
awesome.
full-fledged application, okay. Whereas plugin is like a backend thing. It's like a service running somewhere, and which is wrapped in such a way that I can describe, I can actually discover it from my GPT application. So my GPT application can look for plugins that are registered and figure, hey, I think I have this particular plugin. Let me go ahead and integrate with it because the user has asked for a request which potentially could be fulfilled by that plugin. So that's how you could probably look at both of these. And GPT being an application in its entirety, and a plugin just giving it arms and legs to reach out and accomplish some task for the user.
That's awesome. And is it fair to believe that we can, in the web experience where we have plugins, we can engage with multiple plugins at the same time, and that is something that you would also show?
Sure. Yeah. So in fact,
Great. Let's
what you have
get
here,
into the demo directly.
right. So I have logged in using my personal account here, and then once I go into the Copilot landing page, you notice that I have a series of plugins. Okay, so when I go to the plugin tab, you'll notice that I have the Instacart plugin here, and then interestingly, I have something called Suno. Okay, so this was actually introduced probably a couple of a month back or something. So which means that I can use natural language as prompt and ask for a music to be composed. It could be. It's not just about instrumental. It could also be vocal as well. Okay, so it's quite
that's awesome.
interesting. So let me just type in this particular command. Do you have a suggestions, or let me just go through what
we could just
we
have
have an example here. Let me just for sake of time, I'm just selecting what the landing page is prompting me with some samples.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have just asked this prompt. I'm asking it to generate a song that captures the spirit of growing up. Okay. I could further qualify it with things like it has to be instrumental, it has to be hip hop kind of music, etc. I can qualify it the way you use prompt engineering to accomplish various sets of tasks. The
Okay.
same thing could be extended for you to generate music.
That's
Like you
awesome.
see, it has generated these lyrics for me, and then it has actually called the Suno plugin. Okay.
Okay.
So it
Okay.
has discovered the fact that through my personal account, I have access to the Suno plugin, and then based on the nature of my request, it just discovered the plugin and then went ahead and made that request. And now you see that it has already created that. I can play this particular music right now. Yeah, so it's quite interesting the fact that it is generated on the fly. It is
Yes.
non-existing. It doesn't exist anywhere. It's composed on the fly based on how you craft your prompts. So that's the power of plugin. So I'm in my custom Copilot application here, and then I type in something, ask for something. This thing figures, hey, I have a lot of plugins registered, and then it discovers the fact that, so no, can I fulfill my request, and then taps into it, and then makes the whole magic happen for me.
That's great. Thanks a lot for sharing this with us, Srikantan. This was a great learning today. I think this is something that you can try it right away with your personal accounts, and do try it, and look forward to meet you again next Friday